Set me free, let me fly, let me find new kinds of highs. We're just wasting here, waiting for another year. You don't have to wait, I can take the pain. I will surrender, let me go. It's a new adventure.
Day 5, the final day. After a truly restful night in Junudanda, we woke up early to catch the sunrise. Not on Poon Hill, but on the roof of the Jino guest house, and the view was absolutely pristine. And it was here, looking out over the village, that we realized it again. Chris had gotten us the best room at the best guest house. We were right at the trailhead, closest to the path down to the hot springs. We saw hotels uphill and far downhill, all of which meant more walking for their guests. That's the difference when you're trekking with an expert. Another moment of gratitude for the incredible planning by Koom and the team at uniquetreks.com. And for Chris, making sure our experience was always comfortable, even in the middle of the mountains. Last night was a highlight. We stayed up a little later, enjoyed a delicious meal with the family that runs the guest house. Even without a shared language, we found common ground. We watched American wrestling, fully dubbed into Nepalese, and everyone was shouting and laughing. It was pure, authentic connection. And I made a mistake. I brought out my travel companion, Fatu the Dino Puppet, thinking the young son would love a talking dinosaur. Instead, I absolutely scared the crap out of him. Oops. The best part? The father thought it was hilarious. He grabbed the puppet, ran into the kitchen to scare the mom. Her shriek proved his prank worked. It was a wonderful, silly moment of shared humor. That's the real reward of not traveling in a big group. Instead of talking amongst ourselves, we were forced to connect with the locals. We created these small, beautiful memories of real, genuine human connection with the family we had just met. After a final delicious breakfast, it was time to hit the trail one last time, Junudanda to our meeting point near Nayapul, about 4 to 6 hours of mixed terrain. The day started with a quick descent to the Modikola, where we crossed that rustic wooden bridge. This bridge, this moment, is where my brain really started to calculate the difference between real life and my day job. I worked at Disney's Animal Kingdom, where danger is a completely choreographed fallacy. We have attractions like the tilting bridge on Kilimanjaro safaris. It feels terrifying, but it's engineered to be foolproof. Here in Nepal, crawling over boulders that were likely deposited by a landslide, or crossing raging glacial water on a wooden bridge, built by hand and lashed together with wire. My mind finally registered. This isn't a ride. Nepal's mountains don't listen to man's wishes. They are indifferent. And that sense of real, unchoreographed vulnerability, it was exhilarating. And it made us appreciate having Chris beside us more than ever. And speaking of real danger, now it was time to face the harrowing, landslide, wiped-out trail section one more time. My fear of heights was tested again, but this time, knowing I had done it before, it was about conquering that memory. Getting past it felt a little like a mental victory. And Chris emphasized that respect, pointing down at the Modikola, saying, "You have to respect this power. See the river down there? The last monsoon season, we had a massive flood, a big burst of monsoon rain and meltwater, and the Modikola turned into a raging beast. The water levels rose meters overnight. It didn't just wash out small trails like this one. It took out the permanent infrastructure. Steel bridges that had been there for years were simply ripped out and swallowed. This entire valley floor was rearranged. That's why we have to scramble over these massive fresh boulders sometimes. The mountain is still settling, still healing from that disaster. It reminds everyone, you are always a guest here. We saw so many natural watering holes along the ways used by locals, but for us, bottled water or our iodine tablets were the only safe bet. We were always prepared with those little purification pills. They were a lifesaver, ensuring we always had clean water when we needed it.
She's trying to kill me.
Oh, listen to him whine. He forgets that I'm 5 years his senior and I'm setting the pace. He thinks he's so funny, but my knees sound like a car in a gravel parking lot. But we kept moving. A small detail that really caught my eye was the local honey production. These simple, log-shaped beehives tucked away everywhere. Another reminder of all of the self-sufficiency of mountain life. We walked right through the heart of these villages. Life for the average Nepalese family here is fundamentally simple, focused on agriculture and community. They're tightly knit, relying on each other and the land to sustain a life that hasn't changed drastically in generations. And the kindness we were met with in every village was truly humbling. Every local, from the smallest child to the oldest person, greeted us with namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. It's more than just hello. It means I bow to the divine in you. It's a powerful reflection of their Hindu and Buddhist traditions, where treating guests and strangers with profound respect and dignity is a sacred duty. This isn't customer service, this is culture. Despite the harshness of the environment, the people here are the gentlest, most generous we've ever met.
Yep. Still trying to kill me. Still trying to kill me.
He's trying to kill me.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He thinks he's so funny. He wasn't hurting half as much as I was. My knees sounded like a bag of Rice Krispies and milk. But we kept moving. We passed familiar sights, tea houses nestled into the landscape, the incredible terraced farms, and started climbing up the opposite side of that sheer descent we had come down on day 4. It was near here, as we neared the high ridges that overlook Gandruk, that we started seeing mountain horses again, sturdy animals carrying heavy loads in their woven baskets. It's been an incredible adventure watching how life flows here. And then we were swallowed by traffic, Nepali style. Suddenly, we were caught right in the middle of a massive herd of goats just streaming down the trail. It was chaotic, noisy, and absolutely wonderful. A fittingly wild end to our hike. It wasn't long after the goat chaos that Chris, who must have noticed my stiffened gait, or maybe just my deep sighs, made a suggestion. He suggested we hop on a public bus for the last portion of the trip. This would cut about 2 hours off of our trekking time and give us a little extra time to relax in Pokhara. My pride would never have let me suggest taking a bus. I would have stubbornly marched on, pain be damned. But since Chris suggested it, I was all in. Well, we've decided to take a local bus for the next
part of our trek because it was going to be like 2 hours and my knees are screaming. Corey's trying to kill me. And so we're getting an experience on a local bus, which should be interesting.
It was a final, unexpected adventure. What an experience. The small bus was completely packed, standing room only, with loud, rowdy music playing, and the ride was gloriously bumpy. We were right in the heart of local life, clinging to our seats, laughing our heads off.
Well, she's trying to kill me.
And of course, Corey wanted to put it on record that I was trying to kill him, just not on foot anymore. Now I'm trying to kill him via public transit.
He's trying to kill me.
She's trying to kill me.
And no, this is not an earthquake on a bus.
I'm so glad we added that final burst of excitement to our journey. It was a perfect farewell to the Annapurna foothills. The bus dropped us right by the Modikola Bridge in Birethanti. We grabbed an outdoor table at the Riverside Lodge and Restaurant while Chris went to officially sign us out at the Thames check post, marking the official end of our trek permit. Sitting there, we watched the incredible rhythm of daily life. Nepalese women carrying everything from groceries to their babies slung over their backs in those traditional hand-woven carriers. Life for families here is so busy and demanding, requiring immense resilience, with the women often serving as the true backbone of the household and community. Chris soon joined us for one last amazing plate of dal bhat. It was the perfect moment to reflect and fully thank him for his guidance, his patience, and his sense of humor. He didn't just lead us, he taught us. The trek was the adventure, but Chris made it effortless. It was just a short, flat walk from Birethanti to Nepal, where the road began. I couldn't believe how quickly those 5 days had passed, yet at the same time, it felt like a lifetime. We crossed that final suspension bridge at Nepal. When I crossed it 5 days ago, I was a different person. The trek had taught me about myself in ways nothing else could have. It taught me about my limits and about my ability to push past them. When I first stepped onto that rusty, swaying metal 5 days ago, I thought my fear of heights would be my biggest challenge. The movement beneath my feet, the dizzying drop. I was so focused on conquering that one phobia. But I had no idea then what my real hurdle would be. By the end of the first day, my fear of heights was completely dwarfed by the exhaustion, the altitude, and the grinding, crackling pain in my knees. The mountain taught me very quickly that the mind is strong, but the body has its own limits. This trek broke me down literally. I lost 2 toenails just from the sheer brutality of the downhill climbs. But the lesson wasn't about the pain. It was about the resolve to keep going in spite of it. I realized the true strength I needed wasn't to look down without fear, but to put one foot in front of the other day after day until I got back to this bridge. I finished the trek a different, much tougher person. Then we met back up with our driver, sinking into the blessed air conditioning of the vehicle. We were grateful to be heading back to civilization, but at the same time, we desperately wished we had more time to explore the natural, untouched beauty of this part of the world. Our journey continues. We're back to Pokhara for the night, and tomorrow we trade the mountains for the jungle as we head to Chitwan National Park. Thank you for trekking with us for 5 incredible days. Next up is a shorter video, our much anticipated, well-deserved evening in Pokhara. You won't want to miss it. Like, subscribe, and check out the full Nepal playlist. Always an adventure.
Always.
That's it for this deep dive into our past adventures. We are so glad you hung out with us. If you enjoy videos like this, you need to explore the rest of our channel. We're all about adventure, creativity, incredible food, and turning trash to treasure. We've got videos on our travels all over the world, our deep love for animal conservation, and fun DIY projects that cover everything from house flipping, RV renovation, to furniture flipping. We even have a bunch of videos showcasing our personal artwork. And for those who love a good theme, you'll find our passion for cooking, party planning, and theming in videos of themed dinners and cake decorating. I even FaceTime cook with my 88-year-old dad once a month. If you've got a curious brain, our channel is definitely the place for you. Hit the subscribe button, explore our travel and renovation playlist, and we'll catch you on our next adventure.